The Russian soldier stationed in the liberated settlement gave a masterclass in combat against Ukrainian drones. With his rifle, he calmly and accurately shot down enemy aircraft one by one, adding another trophy to his collection.
Там это не вы надо мной? Нет трансляции, меня не видно.
Трансляция есть, показываются сейчас траншеи.
Да, смотрите, вот, давайте вот, да, вот так вот здесь, прям
Artillerymen affiliated with the Southern Group destroyed firing positions belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in Donetsk. The activities of all units were recorded. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us with all these objective images. Be sure to write your thoughts about the videos in the comments. Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Стрел!
The Udaya Group is destroying Ukrainian armed forces equipment. Pickup trucks, armored vehicles, and other equipment on the roads of the Kharkiv region are being targeted by FPV attacks. The footage shows 6 Ukrainian vehicles being destroyed. Kharkiv direction. The antagonist group's FPV calculation is working. During the midnight attacks, many Ukrainian pickup trucks and armored personnel carriers were destroyed. The crew, who noticed the drones in time, managed to escape the drone attacks at the last moment. However, their vehicles were destroyed. As a result, they had to walk and are now waiting to be evacuated. Additionally, a large number of Ukrainian military vehicles in the same direction were also destroyed. Eleventh Airborne Corps, Sever, UAV operators are burning PVD and Ukrainian armed forces positions in the Kharkiv region. Severian reconnaissance UAVs detect enemy movements and direct FPV calculations to residential areas and positions.
Выстрел!
Reconnaissance units from the Vostok Group in the Dnipropetrovsk region spotted a Ukrainian tank moving toward an airborne firing position. Attack aircraft operators targeted the tank with FPV UAVs and destroyed it, along with its crew. In addition, UAV operators disrupted the rotation plans of the Ukrainian forces and destroyed several vehicles. Attack drones from the Western Military District destroyed 2 Leopard tanks belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kharkiv region. UAV operators from the Eastern Military District set fire to a Caesar self-propelled artillery unit near the village of Alexandrovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Heavy UAVs under the control of the 77th OMSP units destroyed fortified enemy positions in the Konstantinovsky direction. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces 31st Brigade in Novoselivka, Sosnovka, and Orestopol in the Dnipropetrovsk region were hit by FABs. Sumy direction. Footage of Ukrainian forces vehicles being destroyed by UAV operators. The Ukrainian vehicles were carrying water, food, and various items. Donetsk. An American-made M109 Paladin self-propelled gun was discovered near the village of Myrnohrad. The weapon was destroyed by several FPV UAVs from the Rubicon Center. In Zaporizhzhia, a Russian drone crashed into a BMP-1TS armored vehicle used by the Ukrainian armed forces. The drone that captured the video approached the armored vehicle and checked the damage from the previous attack. It circled around the armored vehicle, assessing the damage. If another attack was necessary, it would have carried it out. However, it determined that the armored vehicle had been destroyed and flew away. Combat operations continue in the direction of Donetsk. During the operations, a group of infantry in hiding and a Polish-made Krab self-propelled howitzer in camouflage were destroyed. In the Kharkiv region, another T-64BV tank belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed by the antagonist FPV group. The assault units of the 33rd Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 20th Motorized Rifle Division are conducting decisive offensive operations in the Yablonevka area. Despite the urgent transfer of Ukrainian reserves, the 33rd Motorized Rifle Regiment is engaged in fierce fighting in this direction. The video shows the 33rd Motorized Rifle Regiment's UAV operator coordinating attacks on targets in a forested area. It's as if he can hear the enemy's thoughts. The enemy doesn't even have time to think, says the regiment officer about the UAV operator. Fire on target. Ukrainian Armed Forces units are attempting to move through the underbrush, but their movements are immediately detected by drones and swiftly neutralized. Suppression efforts can also be seen before the attack groups can move into position. At the same time, mobile groups and armored units are advancing rapidly to raid the village. The coordinates identified by the UAV operators are being cleared as a result of intense clashes. Footage of combat operations carried out by drone teams of the Spetsnaz Group of the Central Military Group in the direction of Krasnoarmeysk. During the liberation of settlements, drone operators carried out precision strikes against Ukrainian forces, clearing the way for Russian assault groups. Ukrainian armed forces took up positions in buildings, basements, and field fortifications. After identifying targets, operators methodically attack infantry positions, throwing grenades precisely into narrow openings and basement entrances. Four-rotor aircraft dropping munitions strike hard-to-reach locations inaccessible to Ukrainian assault units or artillery. Precise airstrikes on designated targets minimize casualties among personnel and ensure the successful completion of combat missions to liberate populated areas. As part of efforts to expand the buffer zone in the Kharkiv region, Russian fighters from the Sever Group are skillfully using drones to destroy their targets one by one. According to a statement by the Russian Ministry of Defense, a Kozak armored vehicle belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed in the Donetsk region. The Russian Ministry of Defense released footage from Green Valley in the Donetsk People's Republic. Following the liberation of the settlement, it is reported that Western forces are advancing, pushing back the Ukrainian armed forces. Two Ukrainian soldiers were standing in an open area. This made them easy targets. Then a Russian FPV drone approached them. A fiber optic drone attack hits a pickup truck belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the direction of Novoselovsky. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that UAV operators of the 7th Guards Airborne Division destroyed infantry near the settlement of Plavny in the Zaporizhzhia region, disrupting the rotation of the Airborne Forces Command. ATV crew flee in panic after spotting Russian drones. The ATVs they left behind were destroyed. Footage of the destruction of two Ukrainian pickups in Kharkiv region. The enemy's movement is under full control of the Northerners' FPV calculations. Any vehicle lagging behind or moving in the direction of the LBS is instantly destroyed. Zaporizhzhia direction. In the Plavny area, the assault groups of the airborne forces continue their work. Also, UAV operators of the armed forces of Russia are working on the destruction of bunkers and positions of the Ukrainian forces. Here, lightly armed assault groups come and clean every house. Kharkiv direction. FPV image of the antagonist group destroys the equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. During the day in this direction, several pickup trucks of the armed forces of Ukraine were destroyed. Soldiers now have to walk. If possible, they are trying to verify the destruction of the destroyed vehicles with objective cameras, because sometimes there are comments like, "There is no footage of the destruction of the vehicle you say was destroyed." Because of such comments, objective imaging is tried to be done, but it may not always be possible. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Zaporizhzhia direction. Novgorod Prince of Novgorod Vandal drones with Russian fiber optics hit the Ukrainian armed forces in the bushes. They also blew up PWDs where fighters were trying to hide. Also, one of the soldiers of the Ukrainian armed forces decided to take shelter in a house, but the house was soon destroyed. All images confirmed by objective drone footage. Drones with fiber optics hit targets after reconnaissance drones revealed the locations of Ukrainian soldiers. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Night attacks in the Pokrovsk direction. Infantry of the Ukrainian armed forces descended from an armored vehicle into the forest belt and faced a Russian FPV drone attack. I must say that this attack was very violent. In the same direction, another armored vehicle coming to support the infantry was attacked by a Russian FPV drone. When the sun came up, a fiber optic drone entered through the open door of the armored vehicle and finished it off.